It's Bobby Jr. Fish fans. Let's dive into the world of bubble tip anemones.
These guys are one of the most eye-catching, wiggly, wavy, living lava lamp-looking creatures you can put in a saltwater tank. This isn't your average tank decoration. This thing's alive, it moves, it eats, it hosts clownfish, it's practically the rock star of the reef tank. Let's start with the obvious. Why is it called a bubble tip? Look at the tentacles. At the tips, they form little rounded bubbles, kind of like someone stuck tiny jelly beans on spaghetti. Not all of them do it 24/7 though. Some will bubble up, some stay stringy. It depends on lighting, flow, food, mood, moon phase, what kind of music you're playing. Okay, maybe not the last two, but honestly, they're a little mysterious. Now, if you're thinking of getting one, let's talk care level. These are not your beginner coral, but they're also not crazy hard like some of those delicate SPS corals that panic if you breathe wrong. I'd say intermediate. You need a stable tank. That means your tank's been running for at least 6 months. Your water chemistry is dialed in and you're not out here doing last-minute filter changes with one hand while microwaving fish food with the other. If you can keep your parameters stable, your lights bright, and your power head's not aimed like a hurricane, you're in good shape. When it comes to temperament, well, it's a living anemone, not a fish, so we're not talking peaceful or aggressive in the normal way. But here's the deal, they move, they're not rooted. So if they don't like where you put them, they'll pack their little squishy bags and drift around the tank looking for better lighting or flow. And when they move, they can sting stuff like other corals. So yeah, they've got some attitude. It's like inviting someone to a party and they keep rearranging your furniture. Now the color forms? Oh, get ready. Bubble tip anemones come in a bunch of stunning varieties. There's the classic tan and green ones you see at most shops, but then you've got the showstoppers. Rose bubble tips, rainbow bubble tips, black widow, inferno, sunburst, you name it. If corals had prom, the rainbow BTA would definitely win best dress. That shimmering fluorescent glow under your reef lights, chef's kiss. As for diet, they've got options. BTAs are photosynthetic, meaning they use their zooxanthellae, tiny symbiotic algae, to get energy from light. So if you've got solid reef lighting like LED or T5s, they can live just fine without target feeding, but feeding them once or twice a week really helps them thrive. Think meaty foods. Mysis shrimp, brine shrimp, chopped silver sides, or finely diced raw shrimp. Don't just throw in an entire fish fillet and hope for the best. We're feeding anemones, not opening a seafood buffet. Reef compatibility, it's a little complicated. They're reef safe with caution. They won't eat your corals, but they will sting them if they wander too close. So give them space. Don't tuck them into your coral garden and expect harmony. They need their own turf like the grumpy neighbor who yells if you park too close to their driveway. Water conditions are crucial. You want a salinity of 1.024 to 1.026, temperature between 76 Fair and 80 F, and a stable pH around 8.1 to 8.4. Nitrates should be under 20 ppm, and ammonia and nitrites, 0. Always 0. These guys are sensitive to changes, so don't go doing giant water changes or adjusting your salinity on a whim. Think of them like a cranky artist. You have to keep their studio just right if you want them to create beauty. Minimum tank size, I'd say 30 gallons for a single BTA, but honestly, 40 plus is better, especially if you're planning to keep clownfish. And speaking of clownfish, yes, they host. One of the coolest things about bubble tip anemones is that they're natural hosts for clownfish, especially Ocellaris and Percula. Watching a pair of clownfish dive in and wiggle around like they just got home from work, it never gets old. But heads up, not all clownfish will immediately host, and not all anemones will cooperate. Sometimes it's instant love, sometimes it's more like we're just friends. Now let's talk about tank mates. Bubble tip anemones are best kept with peaceful to semi-aggressive reef fish that won't pick at them. Clownfish are obviously the go-to. Other good tank mates include gobies, blennies, cardinal fish, and wrassies. Avoid butterfly fish and large angels. They're known to nip, and steer clear of crabs, especially emerald crabs or large hermits who sometimes get grabby. If it's got claws and an attitude, don't trust it. And yes, bubble tip anemones can clone themselves. No joke. When they're happy or sometimes when they're stressed, they split. One becomes two. That's called asexual reproduction. And it's like magic. One day you've got one bubble tip, next thing you know there's two, then four, then you're out here running a BTA farm like a reef tycoon. Some fun facts before we wrap it up. Bubble tip anemones don't have a brain, but they sure know what they're doing. They can move, sting, eat, poop, and reproduce all without a single thought. Their tentacles have stinging cells called nematocysts. Don't worry, most people barely feel it, but sensitive skin might get a little irritated. Handle them with care, or better yet, let them do their thing and don't go poking around unless you need to. And the bubbles, still one of reefing's greatest mysteries. Some say it's lighting, some say flow, others say diet or genetics. Honestly, BTAs just like to keep us guessing. They're the divas of the reef tank. Beautiful, mysterious, and a little dramatic. So if you're looking to take your saltwater setup to the next level, bubble tip anemones are one of the most rewarding additions. They bring movement, color, personality, and a little bit of wild ocean magic right into your living room. Just remember, stable water, strong light, plenty of space, and a healthy respect for their wandering ways. That's all for today. I'm Bobby Jr., and I hope this helped you fall a little bit in love with the bubble tip anemone. Until next time, keep your tank stable, your fish peaceful, and your anemones bubbly. See you later.